Hi, I'm Randy with ReportMaster Software. Today we're going to talk about the accident description. Now, in an accident description, there are a number of important points that you really have to cover. But the key is to cover them without taking a tremendous amount of time doing it and to have in your report a very professional description of an accident. So we're going to take a look at that. Here is a form that a patient can check off that gives a very full description of a car accident. Look here, your vehicle type, car, station wagon, van, pickup truck, etc. Now, for every question, there's a spot where a patient can write in something additional. If there's another thing that the checkoff doesn't cover, the patient can write it in. It's very important to have that feature because you need to make sure that whatever the patient puts down, that it's completely accurate, okay? So your vehicle type, your position in the vehicle. Let's say he was a driver. What was your vehicle doing at the time? Stopped at the intersection, making a right turn, etc. Time, speed, damage, damage to your vehicle, details, visibility at the time of the accident, poor, fair, good, who hit who, road conditions, you know, was it icy, wet, clean and dry, point of impact. Down here, did you see it coming? Were you braced for the impact? Did you have a seatbelt on, shoulder harness? Does your vehicle have headrest? What's the position of your headrest at the time of the impact? Was it even with the top of the head, etc.? The direction your head was facing at the time of the impact. And as I scroll down here, oh yes, we have airbags. Did they deploy? Yes or no? Down here, during the accident, did your body strike the inside of the vehicle? Yes, no. If so, describe it. Did you lose consciousness? Yes, no. If yes, for how long? Your vehicle's estimated damage to their vehicle. Did police show up? Accident report, was it filled out? And then apparently from a number of PI experts out there, I've heard that this number 10 here is very important. Symptoms the patient had right after the accident, which could be different than the symptoms they have in your office right now. So they check these off. Emergency room. Did they go to an emergency room in an ambulance? If so, you know, what about x-rays? Were they done? Lab work, body parts, all this data, other doctors they've seen. So this is a very good full description. And this is a file that many of our clients just email out to the patient. They check it off and bring it in with them, and a staff member inputs it because the screen that you input it on matches the form. Here we have your vehicle type, car, your position, driver. These are the same options that are on the form. What's your vehicle doing? Now, let's say they had written in something like, I was on a motorcycle. Well, here we have a drop-down, and do we even have motorcycle in here? Realize this isn't a real office here. We've just been playing around with this, but you know, motorcycle. There we go. Now, I could just as well, though, type something here, and it becomes part of that drop-down. So this is a very workable system. All the questions, you know, did you see it coming, etc. And if I go to the next screen, you have, again, did your body strike the inside of the vehicle? Yes. Describe it. My chest hit the steering wheel, etc., etc. It just covers it all completely. And now the way this comes out in a report is what I'll show you right here. We're going to scroll down here to the injury description. Here we go. The time was 10 o'clock a.m. Mr. Randall stated that he was a driver in a car which was stopped at an intersection. He stated that the other vehicle struck his vehicle in the rear end. Now this was all written by our system without any typing at all except what was checked off on that form. Okay, the system did it all, grammatically put it together. Not a thing has been changed here. Mr. Randall also reported that at the time of the accident, the road conditions were clean and dry and visibility was good. In addition, he stated that the damage to his car was moderate. The estimated damage to the patient's vehicle was $5,000. Damage to the other vehicle was moderate. He also stated that he did not see the accident coming and therefore was not braced for the impact. Also, he was wearing his seatbelt and had his shoulder harness on. On impact, the driver's airbag did not deploy. Now realize too, this is a Word document. I could actually, right here, I could type something into this, you know, it's just a Word document. So if you wanted to add to it, you could definitely do that. All right, so we're going to continue here. His car was equipped with headrest, his own headrest being even with the bottom of his head at the time of the accident. He noted that he had his head facing straight forward at the moment of impact. The patient's body struck the inside of his vehicle on impact, and in quotes, he said, "My chest hit the steering wheel." Then he stated that he did not lose consciousness during the accident. According to the patient, the police showed up at the scene and an accident report was filled out at that time. Now, it's taking a little bit to get through this, but I got to tell you, to input it took an awful lot less time than it does for me to just say it. Okay, a lot of data gets input very quickly and comes out in a full written up format, which is very impressive. Okay, here we have, immediately following the accident, the patient's main complaints included irritability, stiffness in the neck, confusion, headaches, and dizziness. Following the accident, Mr. Randall was taken by ambulance to the hospital emergency room. X-rays were taken of his neck and back, which revealed nothing conclusive. Some lab work was performed, which consisted of blood work. Then Mr. Randall had a cervical collar applied. He was given a prescription for painkillers and released. On release, he was given instructions to see a chiropractor as soon as possible. So what you have here then is a very complete description of car accident. And if you do get a system, you want to make sure that it has all these, that one, it has all the points that you need to have, two, that it is flexible enough to handle any type of additional input that needs to be put in, but most importantly perhaps would be that it writes well, that what it writes is grammatically correct, which is actually pretty hard to find out there. Feel free to call us if you'd like to know more about this. We'd be happy to talk to you. And if you go to our website, you can actually look at other samples. It is www.reportmaster.com.
Please give us a call today, toll free, at 877-742-9215 for a live demonstration. Thanks.